It's your girl Melody Almay Bird, and welcome back to another new episode of Melody Almay TV, the podcast. Okay, you guys, I know I'm gonna have to change the name eventually. For now, this is what we're gonna be working with. Make sure you guys comment below and let me know some podcast names because it can't be Melody Almay TV forever because it's a podcast, so it's not necessarily a TV, you know? So we gotta make that make sense a little bit. And this episode is so special to me because this is officially the first time that I'm having a special guest here on the pod. I'm super excited. I thought long and hard who I wanted to invite here on my podcast. So I'm so excited to tell you guys that today we will be having Miss Jacqueline York on the podcast, and I will be asking her some really good questions that I have never been able to ask. I've even took the time to put on my Instagram to have you guys choose which questions you guys want to ask Miss York. She's going to answer them here on my podcast, so I'm so excited to begin this podcast with you guys. If you are new to this podcast, make sure you guys are smashing that subscribe button and leaving a comment below. This podcast is really growing fast, and I really appreciate all your love and your support throughout this journey. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into my first interview ever here on the podcast with Miss Jacqueline York. Hey, Jay! Yay! This is my very first guest here on my podcast. Say hi, Jay. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jacqueline. A lot of people, y'all know my Instagram handle because I'm Jay.
So first off, spell your name so they can get it right.
It's a very long name, so it's okay if y'all misspell it. But it's Jacquelin.
Okay. So Jacqueline. Okay, so now y'all get it right, okay? Miss Jacqueline York. She is from New Orleans, Louisiana. 26 years old. Birthday July 19th, Cancer, period. And she's from Warren Easton High School. How was it like growing up in New Orleans?
I would say growing up in New Orleans, it was always something to do. It was very festive. We have a lot of culture. I would say like maybe before Katrina, things were like a little bit different, and like the city was kind of dangerous, but it's just a dangerous city overall. But still the same thing. We just kind of still rebuilding certain things, getting things back in order. But yeah, we want to be from anywhere else.
Okay, Jay. I don't know what the difference, like, what's more dangerous, New Orleans or Chicago? I don't know.
That's the top two for me.
That's really the top two. So we was like, we made something from nothing. Besides being from New Orleans, you are a self-taught makeup artist and entrepreneur. You have your own makeup business, J. Marie Artistry. So tell us a little bit about that.
I started J. Marie Artistry last year in April. I've only been doing makeup for a year, a little over a year. I make 2 years. In April of next year, I started doing makeup I started doing my own makeup when I got to college. Before I was a dancing doll, I was a golden blue. So for like performances and things like that, I would do my makeup and things like that. But when I became a doll, that's when I started to perfect it so it could look a bit better. But it's still,
Yeah.
It looked good from back then. But then once I graduated from Southern during COVID, I went ahead and got a job at MAC out there in Lafayette, and that's where I started learning different different skin tones, skin types, undertones, things like that, and kind of started taking clientele from there. And yeah, so we've been in the professional makeup artist field for a year.
Okay, well, congratulations. And I also wanted to mention, if you guys are watching this and you have any wedding parties, your wedding's coming up, any type of event, anybody who just wants to get their face beat, go ahead and book J. Marie. How can they find you and book you?
Okay, so you guys can book me at www.jmarieartistry.com, or you can go to my personal Instagram and look in my bio. I think it's in my link tree. Or you can go on my business page and click the link in the bio, or just click book now and you can book from there. But all wedding inquiries, like you guys don't have to email me and I'll send you guys my wedding, my wedding party contract, and you can just kind of go from there.
All right, perfect. And then those who are watching, those who are listening into my podcast, I'll make sure that I put all of the links for her website, how you can find her, how you can book her, down in the description box below. So make sure you guys book with J. Marie Artistry. So moving forward, Miss Jacqueline York is a forever doll. My craft sister, a 2015 forever doll, and I've gotten an umptuous amount of questions about being a doll, and I know you guys watched the 15 Q&A. Unfortunately, Jacqueline wasn't able to make it, so we're gonna go ahead and ask these questions right here on this podcast and just get it out the way. So you ready, Jay?
I'm ready.
Okay, Jay, so how did you feel when you found out you made the team?
So So when I made the team, it was, I guess, like a surreal moment for me because the year before I tried out and I didn't make it. Coming straight out of high school, I tried out, and honestly and truly, I didn't want to try out. Like just being in high school, a lot of people was like, "Oh, you should go to Southern and be a dancing doll, da da da," and I was like, kind of shying away from it because it was a little intimidating. And pretty much my mom made me apply and actually, try out and stuff. So I can remember like driving to Southern from New Orleans the day of tryouts, and I tried out, and like back then I think they had 4 rounds. I'm not sure what the process is now, but they had 4 rounds, and I made it to the very last round my first time. And they were calling, like, all the girls pretty much who made it, pretty much the team, they were calling the team. It was like about 5 of us besides the dolls that they had called. Yeah, I didn't make it.
This is your first time. This is your freshman year, though.
Yeah, it was my freshman year. My first time was my freshman year. I didn't make it. And then my sophomore year, I made it. And, 15.
Yay, 15, period. This is like the first time that like we really, really knew each other. And I remember I think I was sitting in your car or something. It was raining. It rains every
I think it was after tryouts, it was after tryouts. It was raining. I don't remember exactly, but you was in the car.
Yeah.
Me and my mama.
Yeah. Y'all, we was literally close from day one. Like, me and Jay was like, all right, we're going to stick together. Let's see. The next question is, why did you want to be a doll?
I wanted to be a dancing doll, really, because I always looked up to Sierra Cole. Now, was dancing dolls intimidating for me? Yes, it was intimidating.
Yes.
And it was also something I felt like, okay, I had tried out the first time and I didn't make it, and I had never experienced not making a team or not making anything that I tried out for. So it's like kind of like a humbling experience for me. The year that I didn't make it, I watched the team and I was just like, I still want to do it. I want to do it. Like, I wanted to do it and then also I had people telling me that I wasn't going to make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
who was telling you wasn't going to make it? I want to know.
Messy. I'm not telling you. But they was never dancing also.
Period.
That's all that needs to be said, and that's all that matters.
That's all Nay. Okay, so first thoughts of me when you met me.
Okay, that is clicking for real. Okay, so I remember when I first seen you in a band hall for tryouts, I was like, who this tall pretty girl? Like, no, really, that was my first, and you remind me of Beatrice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, she has pretty, she just has pretty long hair. Like, she just was pretty, yeah. So that was, I guess my first initial thought. And then I got to know you crazy. Yeah, so we came on campus for Craft Week, and that's when we all, actually met each other, for the first time for real. And so, you had on some shorts, it was booty shorts. It was booty shorts?
It was booty shorts, but my cheeks wasn't out. It was like the cheerleader shorts.
It was a thing, though. It was a thing. So I just remember that being the first encounter with me, experiencing your personality. I'm like, this girl crazy.
Right. I remember Jordan mentioned that. She said about booty shorts. I was like, I know you're not talking Jordan, because she was going with booty shorts as well. But anyway, how was I as a roommate?
How you was as a roommate?
Yes. Fun fact, you guys, day one when we made the team, we decided that we were going to room together.
Yeah. I didn't even know this bitch.
I could have been a serial killer.
No, I feel like, I know you well enough. I'm like, she can't be too crazy.
Right.
I'll be better off with you than anybody else.
Yeah.
You as a roommate, first of all, can I say this?
Yes, say it.
This bitch used to smoke weed.
Yes.
Hey, I don't need to say that.
Yeah, it's okay. The hell, everybody smoke weed.
So yeah. I was like, this bitch smoked too fucking much. But no, you was a good roommate though. We had our own space.
Yeah.
We had our own bathroom.
Yeah.
I would see you every fucking day. So we literally spent all our time together. Whether it was in the band hall or at home. So I don't know.
You're right.
You probably was one of my best roommates, to be honest. I didn't have many.
Yeah.
You and Jordan was my best roommates. Only because I knew y'all. But.
Yeah. Because Jordan was your roommate as well. Okay, so I have to mention this because Jay is solid, y'all. Solid as they come, okay? So, fun fact, my freshman year when I had my car, my very first car, it came all the way from Chicago to Louisiana, and it stuck with me and everything, y'all. Every time I turn on my car, you could hear it turning on. You could hear it coming down the street. I love my little putt-putt. But you know what? I messed up because I did not put any oil in it, and and the engine blew up. And I was without a car for the whole entire semester. So you know what Jay did? She let me drive her car, her yellow bug, around campus. And I really appreciate that, y'all. We've been through so much with that car. We've been through so much with that car rather than me driving it around. Let's just tell a story about how I literally hit Jay's car coming out of the parking lot on our first game.
Like, I literally forgot that you did that. Like, while you saying it, it's just like, damn, I can remember.
You're right.
Like, I couldn't be mad though. Like, I really couldn't, to be honest. It's like,
right.
Like,
that car just been through so much. It's like literally me hitting it, everybody throwing up in it, like when they got drunk.
But I think the reason why that I couldn't be mad was because one, we was late, and then I think that we had left all the fucking headbands.
Yes, we was the only people who had an apartment in our craft class. So all of our craft sisters came over to do character heals and everything. Everything was just all spread out because we just was not prepared. Literally, all of us did not get up till literally minutes before we had to be at the band hall. Jay, are you recording?
It's okay, I just was sending it to somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah. We literally woke up 10 minutes before we had to be at the band hall. So we was just everywhere, y'all. I had hit her car and it was just a mess that morning. So that goes to the next question. So what was your favorite game / uniform?
Okay, my favorite game it was bittersweet, but my favorite game had to have been our J-State game.
Yeah.
And if it was J-State, I really think it was. Because that was a big game that Danny and Kayla had to miss. It would have to be J-State, and my favorite, well, I will just give two. My favorite uniforms is Jaguar and Go Beyonce. That's my favorite.
Okay. What was your favorite doll memory, would you say?
I would say my favorite doll memory would be Battle of the Bands. Like,
the Battle of the Bands?
First Battle of the Bands.
The first one?
It just was, I think it was the battle.
Yeah.
The battle was my favorite. The game wasn't all that. But the battle, I was like, yeah, this is my moment.
Yeah, our craft sisters was saying this is your favorite catch on the hoo.
That's just like you drawing everything out. Like,
yeah. Yes. What would you say is your favorite catch on?
I would say I love the flowy catch ons that we have. So this one.
I
like that one. I like
Maya.
That one. This one was like that's like I probably that was everybody's favorite one. But maybe that was just really my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I told them that my favorite one is this one.
Yeah. I feel like I used to always throw that one.
No, for real. That was my signature one to this day. So who was your big sis when you were a crab?
Okay, so Danny Stanford was my big sis as well as yours.
Yeah. Did she actually help you when you were a crab? Was she actually the big sis?
I feel like Danny was pretty helpful. Like if we had to ask her things and stuff like that. If anybody, I feel like she was the one that we could ask. So.
Yeah. Her and Maya.
Yeah. I remember she like cut my hair for me one time.
Oh.
I feel like I always remember that because my hair looked so good. To me, Danny hair used to look good all the time. Like, her curls never went nowhere.
Yeah.
That girl curls used to be staying the whole damn game.
Literally. Like, so, who is your favorite doll? I think you said Sierra, right?
There's nothing about
Sierra. Is it because y'all both from New Orleans?
It's that too, but I like her. Like, she seems like a very down-to-earth person and she could dance her ass off. Like, and she's from New Orleans. Like, I just like her. Like,
period.
I do.
Okay, so next question is, I've been getting these questions so many times in my inbox. So how do you feel about Ariel coming into your footsteps as a doll, as a captain and everything?
Well, I would say I absolutely love the fact that my little cousin is a doll and that she's captain twice. Period.
Twice.
I love it. Like, I literally lived with her. Like, because I wasn't able to, like, do all the years that I wanted to. So, yeah, I absolutely love the fact that she's able to, like, live out her dream and was able to actually make the team and stay on the team for that long.
I love it. So, people want to know how y'all related, because I don't know why people don't believe that y'all related. But how are you guys related?
Why would we lie about that?
Right, exactly. But how are you guys related? Explain it to the people.
Like, okay, cool if we both from New Orleans, but we're not going to lie and say that we're cousins.
Right.
But, so, like, my mom's mom, so my Mimi, we call her Mimi. So my Mimi and her grandfather are brother and sister. So her dad's dad and my mom's mom are brother and sister. And she has her dad's last name, which is my mom's last name.
Literally, they look just alike.
Her dad are first cousins, so.
Okay, anyway, so Alex said in our Crab 15 video, I know I'm going to be referring to this a lot, but she said that we were the worst ones to remember stuff and Jay went to sleep. How do you feel about that?
It's true. I'm not gonna lie, like, one thing about me, I love my sleep, and I was not good at history. Like, dog history, I was not good at it. I just wasn't. If you, like, ask me something about dancing or have me actually do dance, yeah, I got you. But, like, history just was not.
Right.
And
Jay went to sleep, baby.
Like, I really, like, learned history more so over trial and error of getting, like, in trouble for real. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm bad. And I'm not gonna lie, I did try to learn it, but it's just, like, it was hard for me to learn it.
Because it was stress.
And be practicing late hours, it's like, damn, either school or history, like, or sleep.
Right, sleep. That was easy.
No facts.
Okay, so a lot of people want to know, why did you not do another rip? First off, explain what happened the last time you tried out, or like the first time you tried out and then you made it, but then you didn't come back.
Like I said earlier, I didn't make the team the first time, but I made it to the end of the, you know, the whole round picking thing or whatever. But, you know, it was kind of humbling and discouraging for me at the same time, but my mom being the type of mom that she is, she just knew that I was going to be a dog. Like, the first time that I went, she just knew I was going to make it because I ain't never walk out that dog home, like that band home. So when I walked out, she thought that I made it. And I was like, no, I didn't make it. She was in disbelief. Like, and so she was like, you gotta try out to get next season. Da-da-da. I'm like, I didn't want to try it. I cried. Like, and that was my first time literally, like, being kind of brokenhearted about something with dance because I always made something. Like, if I tried out for something with dance, or if I tried out for captain, if I tried out for this, I got it. Like, because, I mean, you know, I put my all into dance. I love to dance. Like, that's literally, like, part of me forever. And so I didn't make it, and then I did Golden Blue. Then my sophomore year, I tried out again. And crazy as it is, like, right before that, I had cut all my hair off. I didn't have no hair. I don't think y'all remember that because I had a sew-in for tryouts. Yeah. The short haircut that Ariel has now is the exact same haircut that I had.
Really?
When I was trying out for those. Yeah. But y'all wouldn't have known because I had it all sewed up. Right. I was like, my mom was like, you should try out for dolls, like, with your short haircut. Because they had a short hair doll before. Stacy. Yeah. She was like, I should do it. I was like, no. I'm going to get a sew-in. I got a sew-in. Yeah. So I made it, did the crab year, and then during my spring semester, I had 2 classes that I had slipped up on. I think that I kind of waited too late to, like, check in with my teachers, really, because I didn't think that I was going to finish with the grades that I did in those classes. And by the time we tried out, I think tryouts was a little early that year, if I'm not mistaken. And by the time we tried out, grades was out. And, you know, tryouts don't be until summer anyway. Right. Like, so tryouts was very early that year. Right. By the time we tried out, grades wasn't out yet. Grades came out after we tried out. Grades was not okay. So yeah, pretty much that was an issue. Yeah. And I retook the 2 classes during that summer before the season. And pretty much I retook the 2 classes and I had an A and a B. I almost had a 4.0 in those 2 classes. And with Southern, you like had delete and repeat. So honestly, that those grades that pretty much was the reason why I wasn't on the team, even though I had made it, aren't even on my transcript anymore. So it's like it almost never happened. Right. So it's kind of like, that was really messed up because you know what? Craziest thing is me and Jay was both nursing majors. we caught ourselves just trying to be nurses. We didn't know what the hell we wanted to be. So we just chose nursing, and we both was in this AP biology class, and it was really super hard. I remember our professor was like really strict. Like, she did not play no games. My finessing self, y'all, I literally had a D the whole semester, and I literally got together with every single person who was failing in the class as well, and we tried to put together like a little study group. And long story short, we all was trying to email this professor. The professor never got back to us. So literally we all marched down to the dean's office. And I texted Jay. I said, Jay, come on, let's go. I didn't think it was going to do nothing because I know that the teacher was so hard up. So I'm just like, they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do shit. But y'all, tell me why my grade magically changed from a D to a B just because of that. But you know what? Everything happened for a reason though at the same time. It does. Yeah. It does. And I really should have went, but I don't know what was I doing? I don't even remember. But I really should have went, to be honest, because I could have, you know, finished out my second year. Like, and I was like, dang, I was really sad about it, to be honest. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wanted to finish with my craft sisters and stuff like that. And I had, like, made the team a second time, which that's a lot to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
if those who are watching and y'all go to Southern, do not take no for an answer. There's always a way. There's always a way. And that's a life. Like, don't take no for an answer. Like,
that's true, yeah. I just think that in the space that I was in, I was still young. I think I was like 19. I wasn't even 20. Like, I was a kid compared to who I am now. I'm 26. Like, even though I look good.
Period.
But yeah, so being young, not really, you know, certain choices that you make has consequences. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though the class was hard as fuck.
It was.
It was hard.
You couldn't even cheat, y'all.
You sure couldn't. I tried.
I was on that phone underneath that desk, like, Google.
She was hard up. Like, she was hard up. And she used to sit up on, like, the way her desk was, it was like sitting up.
Yes.
So she can literally see everything.
Yeah. Right. I remember our freshman year, or like our first class, I remember we had to go to the lab some days, and I was cheating in the lab, y'all. And the phone went off, like, you know how like it has a little speaker and it says the answer out loud? I literally pressed that button on exiting. But everybody was so solid because they didn't tell on me. Like, everybody knew it was me that my phone went off and I was cheating. But she asked, she's like, whose phone was that? And everybody was silent. Period.
Probably was cheating too.
Right. Everybody was cheating, but I was the only one dumb enough to get caught. So
okay.
I messed it up for everybody, but you guys don't cheat and understand everything happens for a reason, but still don't take no for an answer.
But I'm gonna be honest, after that year, I tried out again. And that's when a lot of bullshit was going on. So I just was like, I didn't try out again after that. I was like, it's just not for me anymore. And then like my little cousin had made it too, so I was like, I'm gonna let the baby do her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I felt. I was just like, you know what? Maybe it's not for me anymore. And, you know, maybe I did what I needed to do to encourage her or inspire her to try out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You did what needed to be done. And a lot of people, I've gotten a lot of comments. They were like, literally, Jay was on the team for 1 year and she's a legendary dog. That wasn't even a question that I conformed because it's a statement. Period. So, okay, did you enjoy going to Southern though?
I did, I guess you could say that, but I'm not gonna lie, that whole situation with the dogs kind of put a damper on me, like a little bit, but I did my shit, my crab here. Like, I feel like there's nothing I can't say that I didn't give it my all. Like, I feel like if I had more years on the team, then of course I would be like big legendary, like, you know how like more years, of course, the more
even more legendary.
But I feel like I did my shit. Like, I only had 1 year.
You was a good crab. Like, you got it. I wish I was like that, my crab. Literally, y'all, it was so crazy because everybody would just be looking at me like, you sure you gonna have it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
It's off every time.
Everybody said I was the most optimistic crab. I didn't even know if I was gonna get it, y'all, but I prayed to God and thank you, Lord Jesus, I got it.
I feel like as a crab class, we all kind of work together on each other's like weaknesses and stuff like that. We was a pretty good crab class, I would say.
You were really tight. What would you say out of all your craft sisters, who are you closest to?
You. I feel like you and Alex.
I added that question. They didn't even ask that. How did you feel when KP and Danielle Lingford was suspended?
I'm sad. I didn't like it. I think that they were like kind of treated poorly. You know what I'm saying? And also, it was over nothing.
Yeah,
like,
we don't even know what happened to this day.
Point gotten, like, got the point. Like, damn.
Okay, so next question is, if you can create an all-star team with 10 Forever dolls, including yourself, who would it be? So I guess it would be 9.
So 15 opera. We're gonna go with Sierra. We're gonna go with Ariel, KP, Danny. And we
Danielle Lingford?
Even though she's not, like, you know, she's older than us, but, like, I love her. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I adore her. Like, I can't wait to, like, meet her.
Wait, who?
Tracy Frank.
Oh, Tracy! Yes! Tracy is the new coordinator. Are you glad that she is the new sponsor and coordinator?
Yes, I was just talking to Ariel about that when I was doing her makeup, and I'm just like, I'm so happy that they did that. Like, I wish she was there when we was there because, like, Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Back in 2017, we were doing the strut regularly, and then she came literally for a whole clinic. Yeah, to teach us the new strut. So literally, Tracy is legendary. She created the doll strut and everything. So
she is that doll.
Yes, period. So your crab year, what was your favorite field show?
I would have to say that Gush was my favorite field show. Yeah, Gush was probably my favorite field. No.
I was to say that's my favorite field show too.
I think it was like the beat. It was like
Alex was trying to make fun of me talking about girl like
Alex is so funny. So if it was Gush, if it's not Gush, then it's Battle of the Bands. Like Stanley is probably my best one.
Okay. I think Stanley, because it was fast as hell.
It was fast, but what I could take from them both, I think that was stands out the most to me from both of those field shows or games in general. With Gush, we didn't have our captains, so we had to kind of like, step up and really not act like crabs, even though we never wanted to, we never really acted like crabs, but you really kind of had to step into like your dog, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that was for me. I felt like I was just like, and then Battle of the Bands we did Stanley. I just felt like that one just was a little bit different from anything that we did. Like I like that one. And then Alex was like flipping and stuff. Like
right. That was the time Alex literally dislocated her arm.
Yeah.
Was you there? Because I don't know why I wasn't there. Was you there when she dislocated it?
I think it was at practice. It wasn't at the
No, I know it was at practice, but I'm saying, did you go to the hospital with her? Did you ride in the thing with her? Okay. I think it was both of us who didn't go.
Always the one doing something.
Yeah, I think it was both of us. I think this is spring semester, so we didn't have to all be together. We were like, all right. I think Taylor and Jordan, the nurses, decided to go and see what it was. So do you have any makeup advice for the newer dolls?
Yeah, I would say, being that, well, it's cold right now and season is pretty much over. I would say there's this one thing that I would use for like if you get oily up in here. And typically everybody gets oily in the T-zone area, but it's called Miran or Myron or however you pronounce it.
Miran.
It helps with like really oily skin. And it helps kind of really mattify like the skin up in here and like kind of minimizes the pores as well. So it helps your makeup last longer and things like that. So that would be like my key thing to use on performance days.
So it was like the setting powder?
No, it's not a setting powder. It's a liquid. So you would get like a little cotton round, and it comes in a bottle about this big, and it's like only $15 on Amazon, and you just kind of put like a couple drops on it, and literally just kind of pat up in here, and it does wonders. I have it on right now, but
ooh, period. And I see that you got some gloss. What kind of gloss you wearing, girl? Because is it a beauty supply gloss?
Beauty supply stuff, literally.
No, literally, I can tell because there's no expensive lip gloss that's that shiny. Y'all see my.
I want to say when I was working at MAC has a gloss. It's a clear gloss. You're not gonna see it. Well, I don't know at the other stores, but at my store, you're not gonna see it just out on display. But they have this a strict clear gloss. I think it's like $15. I wouldn't get it, but it's good.
You wouldn't get it?
No, because you can get the same thing at the beauty supply store for $1.
Right.
Unless you're just a material girl.
Right. Which I'm not, baby. We're going to leave the doll questions to rest just for now. How long have you been dancing? Tell me about your dance journey.
I've been dancing since I was 5. My dance journey, I went to Benjamin's. If you're from New Orleans, you know what Benjamin's is from like before Katrina. Went to Benjamin's as a little girl. Kind of stuck with dancing like since then. I would dance before then, but my people put me in dance school because they saw that like I literally would catch a beat to anything. Like I would dance to anything. So they put me in dance school, and I literally stuck with dance since then. I haven't deterred from it at all. Like it's just something that's just been in me from birth. But really, nobody in my family dances. I'm like the only dancer besides Ariel.
Can you tell us about, you said that Ariel had came to you before she tried out?
So, her dad had contacted, I think her dad had contacted my mom. I forgot however it went. We got together and we practiced. I showed her one of our field shows, and I kind of broke down what she should expect when going into tryouts or whatever. Being that, I hadn't done it twice at that point, maybe about 3 times at that point. So yeah, I just kind of broke it down. I was showing her, the technique, the things that we have us doing across the floor, stuff like that. And just kind of doll style things and stuff. I didn't really focus on too much like stands or like 8 counts or nothing like that with her. Because I just feel like that's the easiest thing when it comes to dolls. Like, the field shows is really the more testing. So that's what I showed her, and she got it like that. Literally. And so she was nervous about trying out, I'm not gonna lie, but she was nervous about I just knew that she was gonna be a doll. So I like encouraged her the most. Like I was like, you're gonna be a doll. Like, you're gonna be a doll.
I love that.
And literally, I remember her texted me during tryouts, or the day of tryouts, and she made it. And I was like, I knew she was gonna make it.
Right.
Like, so yeah. But crazy thinking about that day all the way to, you know, years later, and we're here now, and you know, she's doing everything she's doing now. I'm very proud of her.